And at the end, the people whose house it was friends of his, like sort of really old friends of his, got out a photo album, just like you do, and those pictures like...
Yeah, sure, well, no, I mean, that's the thing about DB, is he's...
No, and Iggy Pop when they were cooking, and David was sort of going, look at Iggy cooking, and he was laughing like you do a mate you haven't seen. It was so sweet, it was just so nice. And then, I'm gonna see, play a record, Claire, because it is actually a little bit annoyed me, play a record.
Then Robert De Niro popped in.
Yeah.
And it all got a bit depressing.
And Woody Allen.
Yeah.
And he went, do you know anyone that likes my work more than you do? I don't think so. I don't think so. Cole, Dreaming of You on XFM 104.9.
One of the only tunes on the album I think worth listening to.
I haven't heard it.
Oh, it's rubbish.
Is it really?
Everyone's singing its praises like they're the saviours of British rock, but it just sounds like the Inspectable Carpets, and I don't mean that as a good thing.
Skeleton Key as well, Steve.
That's not too bad, but the rest is...
Right.
I think it's not. I think it's more sort of like 1978, 79, sort of those...
I don't know what that means, Rick.
Well, I don't think I've ripped off the 90s. I think
Old Hat, you mean? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like it.
Let me just return very briefly to your No, I'm not going to embarrass you, but just returning very quickly to your dinner date with David Bowie. What intrigued me, as you said, is that when you
No, it wasn't because of The Office. It was through I think because I met him with Jonathan Ross.
Sure, no, but what I thought was interesting is
people he'd met over this time, because I think he was going back to
America.
Of course,
but I like the fact you say that he came over to you and said, I saw your tape last night. You know, I just like the idea that people are sort of saying, you'll be having lunch tomorrow with Ricky Gervais. I don't know who that is. Well, there's a tape, watch that, and you'll be able to engage in some conversation. He's a minor celebrity here in Britain. He's had a relatively successful TV show, but we think he's a bit of a one-trick pony. Probably won't be able to repeat that success, so probably won't need to be eating with him in the next 5 years, but be polite tomorrow. He was a big fan of yours. He used to embarrass himself in the 80s doing a sort of vague pastiche of you, and other than that, there's not much else to say, really. Just be polite to him and then move on. Okay, who else is... You know, it's just sort of... It's very odd that he was given a tape. It's like someone... you know, if you were doing a chat show, you imagine Michael Parkinson would be given a tape.
I know, yeah.
Just watch this, David.
Oh, actually, I think he's been a fan for a long time.
Oh, what?
I think he's followed my career from the 80s.
Sure.
No, when you put it like that, it's not as flattering, is it?
It's free.
But he was very nice and very polite, and we got on like a house on fire.
Sure.
No, he's great.
Did you do your impression of him?
No, of course I didn't.
Did you not? Did you feel like the urge to snap into it just occasionally?
And I didn't, I was just going, that's David Bowie, that.
Yeah.
That's still David Bowie. That's David Bowie talking to me now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's David Bowie talking to me now, that looks like David Bowie. Yeah, that was what was going through my head.
Yes.
And we're talking about his songs, and that was bizarre. It was quite surreal, and you know, and I do know a lot about his stuff, because I mean, he's quite a musical hero of mine.
Yeah.
And so it was...
You didn't mention Tin Machine.
I didn't mention Tin Machine.
Because I'd just be there just thinking, don't mention Tin Machine, don't mention Tin Machine.
Yeah.
Don't even bring it up, don't even say you like it, because you don't know what he feels about it.
You see, I think if people listen to this show, they go, don't invite Steve Merchant because he's insulting. He insults people, he sends emails to people when he reads them wrongly.
Yeah.
He'll bring up a period of your life you don't want to talk about.
Yes.
Get the little short fat one. He's a lot more polite.
Sure.
Leave out the lanky one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they probably wouldn't say lanky, Rick. They don't know what I look like because they listen to me on the radio. I think they're insulted. They might say, oh, you know, West Country, oik or something. Yeah. But
who was it I was listening to? Someone yesterday. There was someone had a Bristol accent.
Fascinating.
No, I think. Oh yeah, it was one of those. The Fame Academy. Disappointed, but I think you'll have to get into it. Bit of a shambles at the moment, but I mean, no, there's no investment. I didn't know them, and one of them had a Bristol accent, and I just thought it really is a stupid accent. What have we got lined up, Claire? What have we got?
Well, a bit of John Spencer blues.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
Yeah.
This is an old classic I brought in today, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Hello.
Don't even start on that, Rick. There's so much I could attack you about. I mean, look at you. Look at you. You're laughable. John Spencer Blues Explosion.
Oh, you do it.
Well, no, I just thought I would.
Yeah.
On account of I brought it in.
And then someone was complaining that we speak over each other.
Yeah, we had an email saying we gabbled too much.
And we both went, I don't think we do.
Yeah. Did you say that? I didn't hear you. I was talking at the time.
Yeah.
Right Place, Wrong Time by John Spencer.
Yeah. I don't know.
We also had an email. You didn't enjoy it? You didn't enjoy it? No. We also had an email saying again.
No, go on. I won't. This. Go on. Sorry. No, you.
You can see why that would annoy me.
I know.
You can see why that might annoy me.
Take your headphones off then, because it must be louder in your headphones. Because I don't wear headphones.
No. I'm not so much thinking of me as the people listening at home.
Okay.
The people who pay our wages.
Go on then.
We had an email that said, but I don't know who's the victor in this, Rick. I don't know who's winning with you making that noise. But what? You're the only person who's enjoying it.
But if I only do this for my
But there's a handful of people listening, Rick. whose Saturdays, Rick, are empty. They've got nothing. They're running on empty, and this is all they've got.
Okay.
And they want conversation.
Okay,
they want
well,
interesting
what are you going to
discussion.
say then? It depends if it's interesting or not.
Well, let me say it before you make the judgment.
Okay.
So, all right. What about this? If you don't like, if it's not interesting, then you make the noise.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So this is just we had an email.
Right.
It said, "Is Claire Sturgis drunk when she does the show?" I swear to God, that was a real email. I've lost it now. But
Really?
so does that warrant the noise or?
No, that's all right. That's quite interesting.
That's- quite interesting.
No, she's
email.
not. No, she's not drunk, is she?
Bit coked up.
That's not true.
Yeah, just a
it's
bit-
not true.
The old Charlie.
No, not true at all.
No, you don't do drugs, do you? Claire, you're not into drugs, are you?
No.
Yeah, you're clean now.
I am now, yeah.
How did that go for you, the detox?
It was
Yeah,
great.
it's good.
Mainly thanks to you two.
Yeah.
The support
At least
on
you
it.
don't. At least you don't have to steal so much now to
Exactly.
to feed
Yeah.
the habit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Are there any drug addicts on this station?
No, not anymore. No.
Because I bet there are. I mean, you don't have to name names, but what about initials? are there any skag eggs, any smackheads at all? Seriously. Because I'm intrigued.
Not anymore. No.
Can you tell me off air who's a drug
Off
addict?
air, I'll be happy to tell you.
Yeah,
But
there
not
are some
anymore.
though.
Yeah,
That's
there were.
terrible.
Not anymore.
What do you mean? They got rid
No,
of
there
them?
weren't. Stop this.
Are there any people who
No.
they think that they've got it under control, but they haven't really?
It is. Yeah.
There are some, aren't
They
there?
go in. They think that no one will notice, but they've got no pupils.
Yeah,
And they just stare at you for ages and go, "What?" at the end of each sentence.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a couple of drunkards I know, but there's no. It's boring now. Okay, play a record. It's boring. Ricky Gervais is telling us it's boring. Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah. No one knows. It's going well.
I'm enjoying it.
To go.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
bad, yeah.
Adverts or what?
What do you reckon? He's loving them.
He knows.
Getting Away With It from Electronic, of course. Fantastic
Right.
tune, yeah. No, it's
That's
a beautiful
a
tune.
mutual favourite of ours. We both like that, don't we, Steve?
We do indeed,
both
yes.
like that.
We are mutually appreciative of that track. Ricky
Yeah.
Gervais, of course, friend of the stars. Claire Sturgis is here. My name's Steve Merchant. Ahoy.
Yeah, XFM 104.9.
So I saw you the other day, because I haven't seen you this week, but I did see you walking on the street holding a gum shield that you just bought. How'd that work out for you, the boxing?
Oh, it was really good.
Because we talked about, are you aware of this, Claire, that he wants to become a boxer? This is something that Ricky talked about the other week on the air. He suddenly decided at the age of 40-something that boxing is really
Well, no,
professionally
hold on.
taken up.
Right, 40-something means 47. I'm just 41.
Okay.
I am 40-something, but 40-something is like a euphemism for nearer 50.
Yeah.
So don't say 40-something.
Okay.
Say 30-something.
Yeah. So yeah, he's taking up. But apparently, there's something called white collar boxing. Claire.
Yeah.
Did we mention this last week?
No, you didn't know, but I didn't know something about. I think you mentioned it.
Yeah, he
last week.
he
White
bas-
collar boxing.
Yeah, it's basically it's like a kind of a classier version of Fight Club, the film Fight Club. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
So instead of they don't meet in sort of dingy cellars, they meet in office blocks or.
And it's usually for charity at the Grosvenor or something, or a big hotel, I don't know. And you just have like a bill on there and you punch each other. For
you
charity.
serious?
Yeah. But anyway, I've been training boxing for a while now, just like, the pads and everything. And last week we started on sparring, and it is a different level. Honestly, I can work out now for an hour on the pads, and I did about 1.5 rounds, and it was like I was asthmatic. Because you're also, the trainer, who is a boxer himself, put the gum shield and he goes, okay, I'm not gonna, and I was giggling with fear. And he said, you got to get a gum shield just in case. And that's where he saw me. I'd gone to the Lonsdale shop, and I got a gum shield.
I said this before, Claire, is that I just don't think it's a good idea. I mean, Ricky, you've known him for a while
Yeah.
now. He's not mentally tough, which is a
Yeah.
problem, I think. He's not sort of psychologically, he's quite weak. Like, he's scared of a lot of things, cars.
Spiders.
I mean, I've seen him, like, edgy, like if a car blows its horn and he's in the house. Do you know what I mean? And you hear it outside. You go, what's that? Is it coming through the door? Is it? No, it's all right, Rick. We're on the 8th floor, and it's across town. It's fine. Don't worry.
I don't like crossing roads.
No, he can't. I mean, I've never seen a man so
and
terrified.
on the motorway, if someone's going on the motorway, I'm looking at the speedo, and if it's like 86, 76, I'm going, well, let's go in the slow lane. And I'm looking, my eyes like saucers, just taking in all the information. Yeah.
Because he can't drive
That's
as
a
well.
rational fear, though, isn't it? Roads
But I think it's because you can't drive.
Yeah, possibly,
So, for instance, the fact that I've seen. I mean,
Actually, you're right, because I can't drive and I do exactly the same thing on motorways.
so that's all right. Yeah.
But do you do this, Claire, which is when you're in the back of a cab and you feel the cab's going too fast, despite the fact that you're, say, driving up Shaftesbury Avenue in rush hour.
Yeah.
So you're never going to pick up a great deal of speed.
Yeah.
But Ricky he won't mention it to the driver. I feel you're going a bit too fast. He'll whisper it to me.
No,
He's
see, I would
basically
do that.
suggesting to me that I should say something. Because I'm Ricky Gervais off the telly. I don't want to cause a fuss. You better do it, Steve, because you're nobody. That's basically what he's
No, but
insinuating.
roads
So
are
I've always got to
scary.
sort of make the complaint, or
Yeah.
I've got,
And,
but you're terrified of you're terrified of that. You're terrified of spiders, as we know.
Yeah.
Cobwebs. You're terrified of pictures of spiders.
There's no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
I know who made those webs, Steve, and they live there.
Yeah, it was you that got the certificate, wasn't it, raised on the Spider-Man film? So they couldn't show the trailer before, you'd gone to bed. Are you scared of Spider-Man? Does he terrify you?
No, I'm not scared of Spider-Man. No, I'm not scared of anything. But I got used to the, in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. That one that kept walking off the stream. I got used to him. I got to know him.
Barry Geller?
Yeah, he was alright. Yeah, he was alright.
So you're scared of that?
Tarantulas aren't as scary as the bath ones. Tarantulas are sort of like more furry.
But what about these? Because these programs where they'll have people on and they'll sort of like I saw a show once where it was about phobias and a woman was terrified of dogs and a psychologist kind of got her to spend some time with the dog and slowly you've got no urge to sort of try and have that therapy done and so you can maybe deal with your which is basically, let's be honest, a woman's concern. It's a woman's fear, isn't it, essentially?
That I stand on a chair.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but I saw one. What's that one? He's really nice. He's not Jerry Springer. He's really nice, and he has weird people on it. Is it?
Montel Williams?
No.
Montel Jordan?
No. About 50.
Maury.
Yeah.
Maury Povich. Maury
Yeah.
Povich.
Yeah. He's the one without glasses, isn't he?
Yeah.
Who cares? You saw Maury
But
Povich.
yeah, and there was like these women on there, right? And the trailer trash, and they were going, "You're scared of snakes, aren't you?" And then a woman would go on a snake, and she'd be screaming, knocking things over, and I go, "Well, that's not doing anyone any good." Really?
Yeah.
That's just for the audience to prove her point that she's terrified.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was like tinfoil, and someone brought on millions of bags of tinfoil, and she was screaming,
What, she
hugging
was
him.
scared of tinfoil?
Yeah, that's worse, isn't it?
Scared of tinfoil is pretty mad.
Yeah, well, it's irrational. You
I
can't
know
link
somebody
it back.
who's afraid of
you see-
buttons.
Yeah, anything.
Afraid of buttons?
Yeah, 'cause there's
Afraid
something
of buttons.
weird going on in your head, isn't it? It's some sort of weird symbolism.
But I understand the snake one or the spider one because I understand there are poisonous spiders and snakes.
Well,
but
it also could
tinfoil
be sort of like chemical memory. Yeah, that could be, but it's usually some,
But fears,
Yeah.
particularly.
Well, don't confuse.
Except
phobia
when you're
with-
flatulent. That I'm terrified of because you never know when he's going to spring. Because he's not got any of the social graces, Ricky. He'll just think it's funny to just pass wind. Dinner. I don't imagine he did it during dinner with Bowie, but if I'm having lunch with him, because he'll just start grinning, and it's on the way, Claire. There's something in the post when Ricky starts when his lips curl up, you're having lunch maybe, here it comes. And it is, I'll tell you, it is eye-watering stuff. I mean, it's intense.
Oh, tell that story when you're on the train.
There is only one smell that is worse than Ricky Gervais' flatulence. I was on a train once, and a guy was on there with his dog, and the dog passed wind, right? I don't know what he'd been feeding it, like sheep or something. Cattle. He must have been feeding it you know what I mean? Like intestines or something. It was intense. This smell pervades the carriage. Because they're all they're all kind of air conditioned or they're tight, so there's nowhere for the smell to escape. So it's just kind of spreading, like in this kind of invisible sort of stench that fills up the carriage. I tell you, people's eyes were bleeding. Do you know what I mean? It was like it was unbelievable. I felt like my face was melting, like that bit at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was how it felt, right? And the bloke, who was obviously a bit embarrassed, said, I don't know sometimes. I don't know who's worse, with their flatulence, people or dogs. And I wanted to go, I've got an idea. How about dogs? What about your dog? It was unbelievable. But it's let's try and make a joke of it. No, get off the train at the next stop. It was just, I mean, I don't like people with dogs anyway, just generally. You know, you'll see people no, Rick, when you see people walking down the road with dogs, and they just let a dog, you know, do its ones or its twos on the side of the road, and then they just walk on. I just don't know what that is.
No,
it's
you're
like,
not meant to.
it's
That's
'cause
wrong,
it's,
yeah,
no, but it is right, and it really winds me up, because you'll see people, it'll be like old ladies, or kind of toffs, or something like that, and they were the sort of people that will complain about, you know, bad language on TV, or youths, you know, or ne'er-do-wells hanging out by bus shelters, but they're happy for their dogs to, you know, go crapping on the sidewalk. They anger me, people with dogs who just are irresponsible like that. You know what I mean?
agree. Well, that's nothing to do with liking dogs, is it? That's arrogance of people to think.
But there are a lot of people, as I say, who are kind of, you know what I mean, who think they're better than they don't have to worry. They don't have to bend down and scoop it up, which is what they should do.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, that's
I got that off my chest.
Yeah.
Play a record.
U2, Electrical Storm. They've done it again. I thought that is beautiful. That track.
I know you used to disrespect you
I
two.
just didn't like them for 10 years, and then All That You Can't Leave Behind came out, and I sort of thought, well, I could have been wrong, and that's brilliant. So,
Rick, you know earlier I mentioned Prince, and we asked the question, is Prince a genius or not? We've had a lot of response, mainly
the answer?
by email. Interesting, Rick, some people think he is, and some people think he isn't.
oh,
Yes.
well, this debate will rage on. Can we have some adverts? Well, in the last half hour, Steve, they've heard Nirvana, they've heard Oasis, they've heard they've heard Dylan. We've got coming up, we've got Cat Stevens, we've got Tom Waits. You know what I mean? Now,
It's great music.
we're playing a lot of music and talking less in the last bit. Now, some people, right, would say that's because we ran on empty and we ran out of things to say at 20 past the first hour.
Yeah.
Right? I say it's 'cause we want to get in some great tracks.
Oh, well, that's my excuse as well.
What's next? Cat Stevens off Tea for the Tiller Man. I've got nothing, Steve.
You're running, I know.
Nothing that I've
Well, it's the noise. I think the noise was the lowest point.
Was it the noise?
The noise was really annoying.
Miles from nowhere. Guess I'll take my.
Cat Stevens from Tea for the Tiller Man.
So many people, Rick, haven't even got a Cat Stevens record in their collection, and you hear tunes like that, you just think, do you know what I think of them?
You think why?
I think why, Rick?
We just had someone phone up saying they want a bit of psychedelic furs, and Claire said, "Oh, what's your favourite track?" And we both went, "It'd be Pretty in Pink,"
course.
and it was.
Yeah.
But you know, you meant to say like on Heart or Magic. You're told to say coming up a classic by so and so, and people stay watching in case it's their favourite, and if it's not, you don't give that away. But it doesn't work when it's things like I hear things all the time like and after this a classic from Men at Work. That'd be Down Under then.
Yeah.
Coming up next, a beautiful tune by Danny Wilson. Mary's Prayer. It's Mary's Prayer. It can only be Mary's Prayer.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work with those that they've had one hit.
Yeah. Or a tune from Hearsay. Oh, I hate them all.
Nice.
You know, because like rock
Oh,
and roll
come
and
on,
that, we hate
Steve.
them all.
Don't kick them when they're down.
Yeah, it's true enough. God, what other pop do we hate?
You know that thing,
Oh, we
yeah.
all hate pop music, don't we? That's why
Yeah.
we're an alternative station.
Agadoo's rubbish.
Oh, I hate it. Russ Abbott, Atmosphere. There's no atmosphere in here with that playing. Oh.
Last night's thing started, the Fame Academy, and I'm quite a sad telly watcher, and I've been looking forward to that for about 2 weeks. I fell for the hype. I can't believe it. I love Pop Idol. I love Pop Stars the Rival. I love Celebrity Fit Club. I love all those things, right? But just disappointing because they'd already picked them. I think it's investment, and I'll be honest. I think the standard was poor.
The standard was poor.
I think so.
And are these people with different abilities, or is it all singing?
It's just all singing. It's rather like they've got us down to the last 12 of Pop Idol, say.
It's like that. You come in at that level.
But to be fair to the programme, I think it's all about what happens next, because now they get voted out like Big Brother.
Right.
And so
do they write their own material and stuff, or
they'll
it's
be
just
taught to do that. They've got the whole team together and everything, so then they're filmed, you know, like for 24 hours a day and everything. And so I think you've got to get into it and get to know these people. There's always a few. There's already a few. I go, right, she's annoying.
Yeah.
Right, vote her out. And they have to. There's 3 that the teachers say each week. Okay, you're up on probation, and then you vote them out, and it gets it down to one person. But the interesting thing is, it's not just they get a record or they release a single. They live the life for a year.
Right.
So they get this beautiful sort of pad in Notting Hill Gate. They get a sports car right? And it says they get to go to parties. They're already set up to go to the FA Cup final, the Brits and all those things.
Dinner parties with
yeah,
David Bowie.
Yeah, meet all these people, and then after a year, it's taken away from them.
Wow.
They just take everything back.
And you don't like this because